But another one, we do a quick oil change on the klx110L 2020. I was ripping the pit bike over the weekend pretty hard, so I think she deserves an oil change. Looking good. Got the new oil filter here. Ordered off eBay. Got like 8 of them for like 40 bucks or something, like 25, whatever. Save some money there. I got a new spark plug. I just put a new one in, but what the hell, might as well throw another one in. Freshie. I run this oil for 10W40 synthetic blend, so it got a little bit of a mix from synthetic and regular. It's good for the clutches. And then you got your oil pan here. Catch the oil that comes out. The first thing you want to do is get your, I think it's a 10 mil or 8 mil. Take your skid plate off. Drain your oil from your drain oil bolt. Take that out. Go ahead and take the 2 bolts off the case for your oil filter and let her drain. And first step we're going to do here is start it up. You want to start it up. Make sure the oil is nice and warm so it flows out of there. Set you up right here. See if she fires up. A little cold. Let her warm up here. New sticker. Got the tools out. She's cold sitting at AC. New shifter's holding up. A little bit of wear and tear, but it was all green, but that's alright. What do you expect? You're fucking whomping on her all day, you know. It's not bad though, running like a champion. Push, yeah, you good there. Warmer up here, and then I'll show you guys what the first step is in doing your oil change on a KLX. Alright, so while you're letting the engine warm up, before you drain the oil, get your tools ready. You're going to need an 8 mil. Take the skid plate off. The first 2 bolts up top. 8 mil. Then down below, right here. So you got 4 bolts holding the skid plate on. 2 8 mils up front. 2 bottom 12 mils at the bottom. Once you take the 2 first 8 mils out, go to the back, take the 12 mil out, and the whole skid plate will pop off, and then go from there. I think she's warmed up enough. I think she's warmed up enough. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do here, grab your 8 mil. Go ahead and take the first bolt off your skid plate. She's warm now. It's a 10 mil. I'm sorry, 8 mil. Don't lose your bolts. Go ahead and to the other side real quick. Another 8 mil off here. Watch out for the exhaust, she's a little warm. Should be able to get her on now, she's warm. She's in there. It was still gold and hourglass, but I like the Keep my motors nice and fresh. So the first two 8 mils are off. We're gonna move to the back 12 mils right here, 1 and 2. There's bushings down in here. They don't come out when you take the skid plate off, so don't worry about losing them. They stay in there. Just make sure you pull your hoses up out of the bottom holes, breathers. You don't rip them or nothing like that. Move over here. Don't forget the grab your 12 mil for the back. Get to the bottom skid plate, you got 2 bolts down here. 1, 2. Break them bolts off, let me set you up. So I guess somebody's fighting in the background, sorry about that. So take the 2 last bolts off, loosen them both. Sounds like somebody's dying in the background. This is the 12 mil. So you got 2 8 mils up front holding the front skid plate on. In the back of the skid plate you got 2 12 mils. Try not to lose them. Come over here, loosen that one. Pull that one down. It's gonna be a lot of sand where I was riding it. It was so sandy, it was crazy. Oh, there she goes. There she blows. There's the other 12 mil right there. Let's get them somewhere safe. Now your skid plate's off. Skid plate's off. I think eventually I'm going to powder coat this. So let's put that to the side over here with the bolts. Don't want to lose these bolts. You got 4 bolts to hold the skid plate on. And then you got right here, that's where your oil filter goes. 2 bolts there. I believe they're 8 mil too. Let me get that. Let me try that out. 8 mil. Yep, 8 mil there. You got 1 up top and 1 at the bottom. First thing we're gonna do is drain the oil. Let me get some of this dirt out of here like it matters. It's all junk oil anyway. So now we're gonna go on that side. Let's see what size this works here. Oh. Alright, 17 fits it. Harbor Freight Specials. So let's get this over there. It's gonna work for that drive? I don't think so. I think I need a big boy. Got all my tools everywhere. This might work for that one. There we go, old school Craftsman boy. Had this for about 5-7 years. All these tools. I got a whole toolbox in the truck. I just threw them all in the bag. Easy to get them everywhere you need to go. She ain't looking too bad though. I need to clean her up a bit. But let's drop that oil bolt. There's your oil bolt right there. 17 mil. She's a little dirty under here. I need to get under here and clean her up. That'd be another day. Nice detail. Degreaser. Let's put that right there. Give her a crank. Where we're going, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Don't strip this bolt, you'd be in trouble. She's on there pretty tight. I'm gonna put it on there pretty tight. There we go. Break her loose. That's how the pros do it. Faster you take this bolt out of here while you're pushing up on it, no oil will get on it. See if I can do it. Oh, got my ass. Anyway, slacking. See, the oil is pretty gold. Not bad. Oh, that hurts. Pretty gold, not bad, not too bad. We check it out, see if it's any metal flakes in there after we're done. Yeah, really gold. That's a good sign. We broke it in the right way. It's only about a year old. Got it in 2020. Probably had 5 hours on it when I got it. She's fresh. Rims are nice and chromed up still, no rust. She's clean. Needs a good detail though. Alright, put the bolt right there in your drain, boy. Let me get a rag real quick. Drain. What you want to do here is let that drain there. Open up your, always blow this off, clean it off so no dirt gets in your case. Sometimes it's, oh, my hands are all greasy. Sometimes it's a bee to get these off. Ah, come on, boy. Try this one. Ah, here we go. Get a little bit more air action going through her. You know what I mean? Wipe this off when you're done before you put this back on. Give it a little shake. Get all that oil out of there. Always let your motors warm up before you do the oil change. So get all that oil out of there. Now we're going to go ahead and wipe this off real quick. Give her a nice little wipe. Don't want no dirt, no sand in there. She ain't clapped out yet, let me tell you. I'm going to try to keep it pristine. Don't lose your oil ring that goes around this. Wipe it off if there's any debris on it. Set that down there. If you got any dirt right here in the crevice, try to keep it tight. Push it right out of there. Want everything, all your seals to be nice and clean. You don't need no dirt, no nothing, and nowhere. Then you can set your cap back on there. Once she's ready to go, make sure your seal's on there. You see the seal just falls right down. Give her a little twist, make sure she's on there. That's good. Move over to the cap for an oil filter. It's gonna be an 8 mil. Just bolt off before I forget here. Some people change the crush washer every time. I just flip it. So the next oil change I do, I will be getting a new crush washer for the bolt. Let's move over to the oil filter cap. Don't lose your bolts again. Put all your bolts together. So we're gonna take this cap off here. 2 8 mil bolts. Get her going here. Sounds like some people having a bad day in the background. Don't lose your bolts, try to watch them. Don't drop them in the oil either. I should move that out the way, but we're still draining. There's 1 8 mil bolt. Put that aside. One more up top. There goes the oil right there. Oh man. Kind of a tight spot. Should have left the bolt on there and the ratchet. Take your thing right here. Oh, she's coming out. There she goes. Don't lose your bolt. Drain the oil right out of here. Right out of your cap. Let the filter drain, take the filter right out. Comes right out just like that. Always remember the black rubber O-ring goes in towards the motor, and the metal, all the metal on the other side exposed towards the front. So don't forget that. Your O-ring sticks right to it too, so don't forget your O-ring. So this one's junk, we're gonna put this one over here. O-ring goes right inside your oil filter cap, just like so. So I'm gonna dry this off, get all the excess nasty oil and dirt out of there, and I'll show you guys what it looks like in a second. Everything go right there. That real quick. Always gonna wipe your what I want to say here, oil filter cover, case, cap, same thing. We get her nice and right. A little windy out here. Drain all the oil out of there. Even take a clean rag, go through there. Any buildup, get it right out of there. So in this oil filter cap, you got a little slit in there for your rubber gasket. Make sure you put your rag in there and clean all them edges inside there out, so it sits in there flush and nice. You don't got no leakage. Had a little dirt on my O-ring, I'm gonna wipe the O-ring off. Make sure she's nice and clean. The O-ring goes right into the top. You see the slits in your cover, put it right in the little indents. Pretty easy. Slide it in there, dip your finger in a little bit of oil. Even just lube it up a little bit, go around one time. You don't want it cracking. Now we got the oil filter cap all clean, ready to go. O-rings in there sitting nice. I cleaned it up a bit. Now we're gonna put the new oil filter back in. There's your oil filter housing. You can even take a clean rag real quick, wipe all that out in there. Make sure it's gonna sit nice and seal right. Even shake the bike around a little bit. Get the rest of that oil out. Still drip. So what you want to do is grab your new oil filter, go out of the box, make sure it's nice and clean. Always put the O-ring right towards the motor, this side out. So O-ring always goes around this nipple right here, and you're good to go. You're gonna feel it go on. It's gonna slide on just like so. Now she's on there. I'll show you guys up close. Pull it off. Always the black rubber O-ring in towards it. It hooks right on that nipple right there. Just give her a nice little twist. Push on, give her a twist, make sure she's flush. And you should be good to go. Now that's on there. Now we're going to insert the oil filter cap. You got a spring right here. You don't got to worry about that falling out. It won't. It's in there really good. O-rings in. Grab your bolt or two so you can start it. Slide her right on there like so. Make sure the O-ring's on there, right? It's gonna have a spring in there, so you have to push it a little bit, push on it a little bit. Get your one bolt ready, started. Grab your 8mm. So you gotta hold that boy on there like nice and tight. Get the bolt started. The hardest part, pushing it on, because the spring wants to spring back out on you. her nice and tight on there. Snug her up, boom. So she's lined up there. You can always adjust it after you get the first one on, just so you can see what's going on. Really easy oil change. Anybody can do it. Not many tools. You only need about 17 mil, 12 mil, and an 8 mil, and a ratchet. And you're pretty much good to go, and a couple rags for the oil. Just want to make sure she's fitting on there right. Everything's lining up good. She should seal. Got your oil filter cap right there. Grab a rag and your bolt, drain bolt. Get down underneath the motor. Wipe off the oil, anything dripping. Don't need that. Wipe all that shit off. Wipe it all up. Hurry up, put your bolt on. You don't want her dripping. Hurry up. Snug her up. Now you got your two 8 mil bolts holding your oil filter cap on. You got your 17 mil. Let me grab what I need here. Boom, boom, boom. Grab your ratchets, bring them over on this side. And make sure this is on here. If I forget. Just want to snug them up. You don't need them too tight. Don't overdo it. You snap your bolts off. They're only 8 mil bolts. They're not that thick. They're not that big anyway. Snug her down. Kind of go when she gets a little tight. Give a nice little crank. What you don't want to do is strip them. You'll be in trouble. It's pretty tight. She looks sealed, ready to go. I say she's good. I double check. I'll always double check your bolts. Now your main oil bolt. Give her a nice little turn. Just make sure she's snug. All you need. She should be good to go. One more little check. Good. You do too much, you might strip it. So that bolt's ready to go. All good here. Now it's time to put the skid plate on. You got one bolt right here, 8 mil. One bolt on the other side, 8 mil. Down below you got 12 mil, 12 mil. And then you're all good. And then you go on and put your oil in. There's the old oil filter. Same one. Make sure you size them up just to make sure they didn't give you a funky looking one or a bigger one, or you would know if it's different. It ain't gonna go on. I'll tell you that. So make sure these are nice and tight. Double check everything, because you don't want nothing leaking, let me tell you. Should be good. Don't over tighten your bolts. They will strip and snap. Hot out here, YouTube. Sweating like a dog. Gotta take the hat off. The 100 hat's getting nasty. Shout out 100 for the goggles. I'm always buying their goggles. They're quality brand. Really nice. They fit nice. They don't get that scratch right away. Now we're gonna put on skid plate. Here comes the fire truck. Fire truck. Oh. Oh man. Must have had a problem down the street or something. Now you can move your oil pan out the way. Move her down there. Get that oil filter from out of there, let it drain. New spark plug next, and oil. Good maintenance day. Now what you want to do here, here's your skid plate. Take your two 12mm, put them in the back. Take your two front, put them in the front. Now the long bolt goes up, goes on where your shifter is on this side. And the shorty goes on the other side, I believe. So we're going to get to that in a minute. So the first two 8mm are going in first. So what you want to do, take your 12mm, put it through there. Obviously line it up with the holes. Get the first one in here. Just like that. Yeah, one 12mm, one more 12mm, two 12mm all together. Screw them in there, hand tighten them. Grab your other 12mm. Put it right in there. Two 12mm are in. Now make sure you double check and tighten. Tighten the two 12mm in the back and tighten your two 8mm up front right here that holds the front of it on, the front and the back. So tighten everything down and we're gonna move on to the next step. It's putting the oil and the spark plug in. Just take your oil cap off. Grab your oil. I already put about half of it in. But it takes a full quart, nothing more, nothing less. Pour that nice gold oil in there. Good racing oil. Then you should see your hourglass get about halfway. You want it right between the two dots on each side, right in the middle perfectly. Get all that oil in there. Let's see what she looks like. Get her swishing around a little bit. She's half, perfect. Quart, you should be ready to go. Bell Ray, the best money can buy. And let's see what she sounds like. Start it up. With the new oil in her, new oil filter. Wait for this car to creep. Electric start on. Champion. A little cold. Maintenance is key. Spark plug I might do. See what happens in a second. But that's pretty much it. Pretty easy. There's the oil once again, 10W40. There's your oil filter. Get it on eBay or your local dirt bike shop. Old oil filter. That's pretty much it. Take it for a creep. Is got the 2020 klx110L. Loving that new oil. Make sure you like and subscribe for the